Why are bad habits good? It's quite a controversial and contradicting statement, or perhaps it's a clickbait title. Now I'm just joking. So in this video, I want to talk about why bad habits are good. Because people always have such a negative view towards bad habits. Completely get rid of them, completely avoid them, and continually try to improve yourself. And hey, I'm all about that life. But sometimes it's also important to have a perspective change. Sometimes it's also important to not overwhelm yourself, because your mental health is also very important. Because you can constantly try to get rid of all of the bad habits, but at the end of the day, you also need to start taking care of yourself mentally. Because sometimes the issue can be that once we get rid of one bad habit, another one turns up as a cause of it. And a good example of this is being lazy. I mean, most of us see being lazy as a bad habit. But what if you get rid of it and you start to become a workaholic, start to work immensely hard and end up burning yourself? Now you've gotten rid of one bad habit and at least turn it into something that's quite productive. But as a result of it, you burned yourself out and mentally you've drained yourself. And I hope you understand the point I'm trying to make. And thus in this video, I want to give you a few tips that I'm sure will help you out. And thus, if you are someone that's new to this channel and would love to see more videos like this, please consider to hit the subscribe button and leave a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. Anyways, with that said, let's jump into the video. Number 1, purpose. So, bad habits at least provide us some sort of purpose, even though it's not the purpose we always want, but sometimes it is the purpose that we need. Because imagine, say for example, you're a perfect person, you don't have any bad habits. What will happen? Well, you can't change your bad habits because they simply don't exist. And thus, if you don't have any other purpose or you don't have any other thing that you're chasing at the moment, at least now at the moment, you can change your bad habits and this is your purpose. And thus, it's very important to understand that no one is perfect and at least bad habits provide us something that we can work on, and at least these are things that we actively know we can work on, because it will be a lot harder to change yourself in the instance that you don't even know what to change. And thus, if you're someone that knows your bad habits, at least you've got yourself a purpose, because now you can work towards that greater goal, and this way you can align your dreams and strive for success. Number 2, bad habits humble us. So sometimes you've got individuals that want to be the best in everything, and although it's always good to try to get the best out of yourself, and it doesn't harm to be very competitive, but the thing about bad habits is that it reminds you that you're still human. No one is perfect, and thus, even though if you are someone that's trying to strive for the best of the best, eventually you'll realize that you can't be the best at everything, because there will always be some sort of trade-off. Because for example, look at Elon Musk. Look at that individual. He's a workaholic. He's an entrepreneur. He has done some immensely amazing things for our society. But at the same time, there was a huge trade-off for him. Because an individual like that probably didn't go out that much. Wasn't someone with an amazing social life. And that was the trade-off. And sometimes for some individuals, because of the bad habits, they end up striving at actually achieving success. Let me give you an example of this. Say for example, you're so bad at socializing. You simply don't know what to say. And you're completely rubbish at it. So in this instance, now you're not that good at it, although I would recommend you to improve it because you can improve it. And say that's one of your bad sides and you don't even like focusing on it. So now instead of focusing on this area of your life, which you consider yourself to be bad at, you end up focusing on the things that you actually are really good at. You end up focusing on the things that you actually like and enjoy, and this way you end up having laser focus, and this will allow you to achieve your goals. And even though you've achieved your goals, deep inside you still know that you're not perfect. You still got bad habits, and at least this will humble you. Number 3, your bad habits can be your fuel. So sometimes individuals are very angry. Sometimes individuals can't control their emotions, and in those instances, obviously a lot of us want to change that. We want to be able to control our emotions, especially individuals watching these videos, because I've made a lot of videos like this before where I talk about how to control your emotions, how to be more cold-hearted, and these are all components that a lot of us are trying to achieve. But say for example, you still have some of those bad habits. Say for example, you're someone that can easily get angry. Well, sometimes it can be a good thing. Say for example, you're going to the gym and you're someone that has a lot of anger. Sometimes you can turn the anger into fuel for your workouts, and this way you've created a bad habit into something that's useful and productive. And there's a lot of different examples like this. So a bad habit isn't always the end of the world. Sometimes it's even the beginning of something greater. So at the end of the day, it all depends on the perspective and how you perceive things. And I personally think that it's sometimes very important to constantly change your lens, to constantly change your perspective, and try to look at things from different angles, because this way you get a more global view of things, and in the long term this will help you with your overall life. So those were the 3 tips why your bad habits are good. So if you're someone that's interested in more content like this, please consider to the subscribe button, and also follow me on Instagram if you'd like to be updated with my daily life. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate your time, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye bye.